It is Monday night, and we are live for another round, the fifth round of the Elite Performance Industries Late Model Shootout Series. Tonight, the Islander in 125 from the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. I am Jeff White Jr., joined by a silent Bill Tomer in the broadcast booth. Bill, a little under the weather, not gonna use the microphone. He has put it away tonight, and just going to be running the cameras and flipping buttons, flipping the switches. But glad to have Bill back on the booth. It's been a while since we've had him here, so we are ready to go. Qualifying pretty quickly here as practice just getting underway for the late models, and latecomer to the server Hugo Paquette came in late and went straight to the top of the board, 18.870. So a heck of a lap from Hugo coming in late. Usually the track slows down, so that is indicative of how quick he is going to be here in qualifying as we go into Wisconsin Weens and Walleyes qualifying top 22. Going to go straight into the main event tonight. Just 3 minutes for these drivers to make their two best laps. One of the first comers to the racetrack, Reagan Parent, going to head out on the racetrack. 5 bonus points, $5 on the line for quick time tonight. Still waiting for laps to start coming up. Reagan Parent kind of bailed out on his first lap, so still looking around to see who might be on the racetrack. I see Corey Bigley. First lap's coming in. Tyler Hudson, quick time so far, 18.964 for Tyler Hudson. AJ Rogers goes P2 with a 19.089. Corey Bigley going to go P2 now, 19.036. He gets bumped by Rogers on his second lap. Cole Cabrey now goes second, 18.988. It's still Tyler Hudson at the top. BJ Evans to second on the board. Now Peyton Howell to the top of the board, 18.945 for Peyton Howell. Might be even a little bit more left in the tank for Howell, and then actually he's going to bail out on that second lap. So Peyton Howell, first lap, good enough. Brennan Lee to third on the board, 18.975. He's going to go for a second lap. Lee not going to improve on his second lap. Will sit third. PJ Evans fourth. Hugo Paquette back to the fifth spot. Alex McCollum's first lap, 18.995, and that is going to be it. He's going to bail out on the second lap. That'll put him ninth on the board right now. Eric Tracy sits 10th. There is an invert tonight, so these drivers possibly thinking about that invert. Just waiting on a few cars. Lucas Hanley on the racetrack. JJ Chansey, Reagan Parent still out there trying to make a lap. Matt Barkhouse. And I think that's going to be it for Wisconsin Weens and Walleyes qualifying. Peyton Howell going to pick up $5 and 5 bonus points for that run at 18.945. Fastest of the night over Tyler Hudson, Brendan Lee, PJ Evans. Last car to lock themselves in. The Islander in machine, Rick Rube in the 81, going to go to the A main, not have to run our B main. And here we go, B main time. So we went ahead and made the call. We have 32 cars on hand. We were going to start 30. We're going to go ahead and start all 32 in the feature event. This B main is going to become what we call the slow dash now. And I know Bill is probably cringing right now. He hates that slow dash. But we are going to read out the slow dash. Everybody going to transfer on to the main event, but this will still count for B main points. So on the pole for tonight's B main or slow dash, the 25 machine, Devin Rogers on the outside of him, and the number 70, it's Dylan Canova. Starting third will be the 78 of Aaron Johnson. On the outside of him, the number 5, it's John Piette. Starting fifth in this B main, the familiar 212 of Jonathan Sanford. On the outside of him, the 17 is Reagan Parent. Starting seventh tonight in the number 15 machine, it's Matt Barkhouse. On the outside of him, and the number 2, it's JJ Chansey. And Lucas Hanley going to roll off ninth. Looks like possibly we were supposed to have one more car, but looks like maybe not going to take the grid. This will be a 20 lap B main, 20 laps or 12 minutes, whichever comes first. Devin Rogers in the Facebook chat. He was tagging somebody to come watch the race, and he's going to start from the pole tonight. Remember, if you're live with us on Facebook, make sure you hit that like button, share the stream with your friends and family. Let them know we got some Monday night racing going for the Elite Performance Industries late model shootout series. So we get set to go racing for this B main. Everybody's going to move on. So transfer positions up for grabs right now. So pace truck going to head off the racetrack this time. Devin Rogers, Dylan Canova on that front row, going to take us green flag racing. Devin Rogers in the 25. He's got control of this start. Now the pace truck is off the racetrack. He can go at any time. He's going to make him wait to the front straightaway. We are off and away in the B main. Rogers can't quite clear Canova. That's going to allow Canova to come back on the outside. Canova got way up the racetrack, though, almost into the wall, and now Rogers going to sneak back by. Behind them, that's the 78 machine of Aaron Johnson. Aaron trying to make a run at the top 2 drivers as they run side by side. John Piette runs in that 4th position, and then a gaggle of cars behind him is Jonathan Sanford. Going to lose a spot here to the outside line of Reagan Parent. And still Canova making a challenge on the outside of Devin Rogers for the lead, 3 wide behind him. It was Rick Rube getting around Jonathan Sanford. It looks like Canova is an inch ahead of Devin Rogers. Can he clear him into turn 3? He does. He gets to the bottom. New race leader, Dylan Canova. Aaron Johnson's going to jump to the outside now. He saw Canova get around Devin Rogers on the outside line. He's going to try to do the same. And Aaron Johnson got sideways that time, could not get alongside Devin Rogers. And now we know about Nashville that the outside line's got a lot of bumps in it, and that could be a problem for some of these drivers trying to get out to the outside, make something happen. Now Aaron's going to dive down to the bottom. Can he get inside the 25 machine? Rogers going to give him a little bit of room, but just not going to be able to get alongside of him. 5 laps down. They're coming to the line. Start lap number 6 here is Devin Rogers. Now we got one Matt Barkhouse around off turn 4. That's going to bring out a caution. This is a 15 machine win around. Looked like there might have been some contact between Matt Barkhouse and Reagan Parent through the middle of the 3 and 4. And then off turn 4, the 2-car, JJ Chansey, just clips the back bumper of the 15, sends him around, and heck of a job by Lucas Hanley to slip by. I mean, he went right between the wall, and Matt Barkhouse barely missed the 15 machine. So Tracy in the chat was asking about how many moving on from the B main. We are going to take everybody from the B main. It's going to move on tonight. It was scheduled to be 8 cars. We have 9 in the B main. So we are going to just take everybody into the feature event tonight. There'll be 31 drivers starting. So Dylan Canova out front of Devin Rogers, Aaron Johnson, John Piet. Reagan Parent will restart 5th, move Jonathan Sanford up to the 6th spot, and then Matt Barkhouse will rejoin in 7th with Lucas Hanley behind him. And then JJ Chansey going to drop to the rear for being the cause of that caution. Pace car lights are out. We're going to double them up and get back to go on this B main. Now, caution laps are not counting, so they are still on lap 5. They'll come to the green, start lap 6 of this B main. Strict 12-minute time limit in effect, though, so they might not get to 20 laps if they have another caution here. Pace car is off the racetrack. Dylan Canova has control in the Brett Suggs Racing and Marketing restart zone. And he can go at any time now that the pace car is left. He is off and away. Devin Rogers didn't get a great restart. That's going to bring Aaron Johnson alongside of him here for the 2nd spot. Devin Rogers got the wall down the back straightaway. That's going to allow Johnson to get by. Here comes Reagan Parent. Trouble for Piet. He gets sideways off turn 4. He's going to save it. Almost got together with Lucas Hanley. They're going to fall deep into the field, but Dylan Canova out front of Aaron Johnson. Devin Rogers into the 3rd spot. Reagan Parent now up to 4th. Matt Barkhouse sits in the 5th position. These drivers, even though they are all going to transfer into the A main, they are still fighting for B main points. That B main championship still going on, and this is a chance to earn some points as Reagan Parent trying to get underneath Devin Rogers. He's going to get help from the 15 of Matt Barkhouse, and around they go. So caution lap 8 as Reagan Parent gets turned around. That just looked like one of those deals. The 25 got on the apron, got a little sideways. Reagan tried to lift for him, and then when he lifted, the 15 car just nowhere to go behind them. So back under caution here, lap 8 of this B main. Pulling up our B main points, Elliott Carlson, our B main points leader, actually qualified his way directly into the A main tonight, so he is not in that in this B main tonight, so not going to earn any B main points. Devin Rogers sits 3rd, has a chance to overtake Elliott Carlson with this run in the B main tonight. Aaron Amadraw 3rd in points, not even here tonight, not partaking in tonight's race. John Piet 4th in the B main points. He currently runs in the 5th spot. The guy on the outside of him, Jonathan Sanford, sits 5th in the points. So field is doubled up, and we're going to go back to green flag racing in this B main. About 9 minutes elapsed in this one of the 12-minute time limit. So probably going to end up running out of time here as Dylan Canova takes his green flag racing to start lap 9 of this B main. On the outside, Aaron Johnson. He's going to have some pressure now from Devin Rogers. Johnson will get down in line. Rogers under fire. Here comes the 2 with JJ Chansey on the outside. Chansey going to try to get to the outside of the 25 machine. John Piet has moved up into the 5th spot behind them. Still Dylan Canova out front of Aaron Johnson. The battle is for 3rd. This is the best battle on the racetrack, and a battle going on for 4th, or actually 5th spot as John Piet's up the racetrack. Matt Barkhouse is there. And now they are double filed. Shout out to Elliott Carlson in the chat. He said he shouldn't have qualified into tonight's feature event. Should have ran the B main. Brett Suggs is finally here. He's going to be joining us in the A main a little bit later on tonight. As Out front, it's all Dylan Canova, but Aaron Johnson has reeled him in. Devin Rogers holds on to third, but he is under fire. Here comes Matt Barkhouse in the 15 machine. As soon as Rogers cleared JJ Chansey, Matt Barkhouse was all over the 25, trying to take that spot away. This is a battle for third. Barkhouse going to make some contact with Rogers. They hold on to it. Now Reagan Parent and JJ Chansey get together. That's going to get Reagan down the racetrack. Now he's going to get some help from the 5 machine and John Piet. So a little bit of contact all over on the 17 machine as Devin Rogers finally clears the 15 of Matt Barkhouse. Dylan Canova still out front. Now Aaron Johnson going to take a peek underneath him into turn 1. Canova shuts the door. Lap 14. He's still out front of this B main. He's led every lap. Devin Rogers under fire as well for the 3rd spot, but it's still Aaron Johnson trying to find a way around Dylan Canova. Canova leads the way. Aaron Johnson right there, and these two have checked out on 3rd place. Now Johnson has the inside line. Canova going to give him room, but he just can't complete the pass. Comes off turn 4, can't get a run, and now Canova gets clear once again. Dylan Canova out front of Aaron Johnson. The battle is on for 3rd as Matt Barkhouse, Devin Rogers battle side by side. Reagan Parent trying to find a way past both of these drivers. So they run in the 3rd spot. Matt Barkhouse just edged ahead of Devin Rogers that time by. Aaron Johnson again on the move, trying to get underneath the 70 machine of Dylan Canova off turn 4, though Canova just inches forward, clears the 78 machine. And he's moved his line up the racetrack. He has found something in the middle groove. It's really keeping the 78 machine at bay. Matt Barkhouse has cleared Devin Rogers. Reagan Parent will get by as well, so move Devin back into the 5th position. Dylan Canova going to see the white flag in this B main. Everybody going to move on to the feature event, but bragging rights and starting positions in the feature event at risk here as Dylan Canova leads this B main. Aaron Johnson trying to get there, he actually hit the wall off turn 2, just not able to inch close enough to Dylan Canova to challenge here on the final lap. And Dylan Canova going to go to tonight's Islander in 125, taking Aaron Johnson with him. Matt Barkhouse, Reagan Parent, Devin Rogers. At the line, JJ Chansey going to come home 6th with John Piet, Lucas Hanley, and Jonathan Sanford. Your 9 drivers moving on. So final moments here in this warm-up session. This is the final warm-up for those drivers that did not get a chance to partake in the B main. They get it back on the racetrack, get their wits about them, get some track time. TP3D penalty report for tonight. We are going to have 2 drivers falling to the rear of the field. That is Reagan Parent and Dylan Bates. Those are penalties for cautions caused throughout the season. And those 2 drivers going to have to start from the rear of tonight's field. The Islander in bringing us this race. The Islander in 125 tonight. Remember, they are Put in Bay in Ohio on the Great Lakes. Caribbean resort. Really sounds like a cool place. A lot of racing around that area. So if you're looking for a place to be during the day, to be able to hit some racetracks at night, a lot of speedways around there as well. So check out Islander Inn. They are on Facebook. You can get to them on islanderin.com as well. And we thank them for their support. Oh, and I guess if you check out the info on our broadcast, the link is right there, so you don't even need to go find it. You can find them Islander in PIB. That is putinbay.com. So check them out. Give them some love. And thank you to Islander Inn for supporting us 2 races this season. So Islander Inn going to have another race later on in the season as final warm-up session coming to about an end. Just about 10 seconds left before we start gridding for tonight's Islander in 125. Jeff By Sr. in the house cheering for Brett Suggs. Remember, if you're with us on Facebook, leave a comment. Let us know who you're cheering for as we get set to grid 31 drivers tonight. And an 8 invert going to send Peyton Howell back to the 4th row. Michaela here cheering for Peyton Howell, our quick qualifier. And Baby Shark going to fall back to the 8th starting position after an 8 invert tonight. So let's start gridding for the Islander in 125 tonight. Starting from the pole, it got the invert. 8 invert, going to send Josh Cottle in the number 13 machine to the front row. On the outside of him, a winner earlier this season at Langley. The 54, that's Cole Cabry. Starting 3rd tonight in the 33 machine, a former champion in this series. That is Hugo Paquette. And on the outside of him, the other 33 machine, that is Brett Suggs. Starting in the 5th position tonight, one of those Rookie of the Year contenders, the number 12 machine of PJ Evans. On the outside of him, and the number 10, it'll be Brendan Lee. Starting 7th tonight will be the 01 of Tyler Hudson, and on the outside of him, your Wisconsin Weens and Walleyes quick qualifier tonight, the 52, that's Peyton Howell or Baby Shark. Starting 9th tonight, he'll be dropping to the rear of the field due to a penalty. That is the 91 of Dylan Bates. Starting 10th, your reigning defending series champion, the number 1, that is Alex McCollum. Starting 11th will be the 66 machine of Eric Tracy, and on the outside of him, in the 88, that is Kyle Meyer. Josh Parrish will roll off 13th, the number 55 machine. On the outside of him will be the 167, that is Aaron Plemons. Starting 15th tonight in the number 17 car, that is AJ Rogers, and on the outside of him, the 28 car, that is Corey Bigley. Starting 17th tonight in the 31, that is Super Zach Onen. And on the outside of him in the 09, the Joker, it's Elliot Carlson. Starting 19th tonight is your series points leader. Starting deep, the number 7 machine, that is Jackson Lewis. On the outside of him in the 18 car, that is Caden Fisher. Starting 21st in the 71 machine, it's Uncle Pete, Peter Fisher. And on the outside of him in the Islander in machine, the 81, the ravishing one, Rick Rube. Your B main winner, Dylan Canova, is going to start 23rd in car number 70, and on the outside of him in the 78 machine will be Aaron Johnson. Matt Barkhouse will start 25th in the number 15 machine, and on the outside of him, scheduled to start 26th, will fall to the rear of the field due to a penalty. That is Reagan Parent. Starting 27th tonight will be the 25 of Devin Rogers. On the outside of him in the 2 car, that is JJ Chansey. The Wisconsin Weens and Walleyes machine will start 29th with the 5 of John Piette. And starting 30th tonight, the 32 car of Lucas Hanley. Starting last on the grid, 31st position, the 212, that is Jonathan Sanford. So the field is set here, 125 laps, 31 drivers. Looking at the chat, Justin Thompson in the house said he's not racing because he can't qualify. And Justin, everybody made it tonight. All 31 that showed up are in the field tonight. Cody here cheering for Josh Parrish. Brooklyn cheering for Baby Shark, Peyton Howell. So round number 5 of the Elite Performance Industries Late Model Shootout Series about to come at you. And we are getting down into crunch time now. The 8 drivers going to race for the championship after round number 8 in this series. It'll be a 3-race playoff format for the championship. And it's getting down to crunch time. And one driver, Cody Kelly, in that top 8, not here tonight for the 2nd week in a row. So likely going to fall out. And we're going to see somebody else make their way into the field. We'll keep an eye on your points leader, Jackson Lewis, who's going to start deep tonight, 19th in the field. Alex McCollum, second in points, going to start 10th. PJ Evans going to start 5th. He's your third place runner in points as Josh Cottle, Cole Cavery on that front row. Cottle has control of this start. His pace car is off the racetrack. Waiting on Cottle to pick up the pace. He is off and away. Looks like Cavery might get there to the line first, and he's going to have to give that spot back. We are green flag racing for the Islander in 125, and now the caution already waving, an incident on the back straightaway. I saw Matt Barkhouse involved in the 15 machine. A lot of damage for the 15. Might have started with Eric Tracy, right inside the top 10. So it looked like Eric Tracy and Alex McCollum got together. The 66 started a spin, and then just the checkup of everything going on, the 15 car, Matt Barkhouse, just got spun into the infield. Or into that inside wall, rather, and a huge hit for the 15. That is going to be hard to overcome. I think that car is going to have some severe damage. Eric Tracy got a little bit of the inside wall. I think he's going to be all right. So an early yellow there. Josh Cottle going to restart the leader. So your running order will be Josh Cottle, Cole Cavery, Brett Suggs, Hugo Paquette, PJ Evans, Brendan Lee, Peyton Howell, Tyler Hudson, and Alex McCollum into the 9th spot. Kyle Meyer will restart 10th. Should be a single file restart. I believe pace car lights are out, so we are going to go green this time. Single file, they did not complete a lap, so we will go to a single file restart. That is going to spread this 31 car field out around the racetrack, and that should be down to 30 cars now as Matt Barkhouse has called it a night. So too much damage to the 15 machine early on. We are down to 30 starters now as Josh Cottle takes his green flag racing for the Islander in 125 once again. Peyton Howell on the move. In front of them, PJ Evans also on the move, going to jump to the inside of Hugo Paquette, and he's going to take over the 4th spot. Hugo going to give up some spots here as he looks like he's in content to just kind of cruise right now. PJ Evans trying to get to the front early. So Cottle out front. Cole Cavery runs in the 2nd spot, but here comes the 33 machine of Brett Suggs. He's going to take a peek down into turn 1. Cavery kind of shuts the door there. Looked like the 33 thought better of it, just wasn't quite there yet. Now down the back straightaway, will he make a move? No, he's going to stay in line. Alex McCollum on the move as well, as it looked like he just got around Brendan Lee. So move McCollum up to the 7th spot. Peyton Howell, your quick qualifier. He's underneath the 33 of Hugo Paquette. This is the battle for the 5th spot. Peyton Howell trying to get to the front early. 8 invert. And he's got a lot of cars to pass to get to the lead. Howell a little bit sideways off turn 4. Going to allow the 33 to inch forward. And now Alex McCollum trying to look for a spot to go. Can't decide which lane's going to move, and now he's going to try the 3rd line down to the bottom, and he thinks better of that one. Peyton Howell going to slip back behind Hugo Paquette. Out front, it's all Josh Cottle starting to pull ahead of Cole Cabre. He's put about 2 car lengths on him. And Alex McCollum now gets around Peyton Howell. Here comes Brendan Lee trying to take that spot back. PJ Evans on the move. He is underneath Brett Suggs for the 3rd spot. So some early movers right now is PJ Evans, Alex McCollum. These guys are trying to go forward. Everybody else kind of in cruise mode right now, saving tires. And we heard tire wear could be very, very important here, as this setup started off very loose for these drivers, and it sounds like from what we heard, right rear tires are going to be wearing out quickly, and the management of that is going to be key. As PJ Evans, he jumped to the outside of Cole Cabre. He's already looking for 2nd spot. Evans into 2nd. Josh Cottle still out front. Here comes Alex McCollum. He dives the inside of Brett Suggs. This is a battle for 4th. McCollum and Brett Suggs battling hard for the 4th spot. It looked like Suggs going to try to battle back on the outside. He gets to the outside of Cabre, so maybe he's decided he needs to pick up the pace just a bit, as Cabre kind of just content to ride around right now on the bottom of the racetrack. Brett Suggs not willing to give up that spot, so he's going to jump to the outside. Takes 3rd that time by. He will clear Cole Cabre. Here comes Peyton Howell. Howell making the move to the outside of Cole Cabre. And you see Alex McCollum decides he needs to get to the top side now. He's just lost a spot to Peyton Howell. He gets the outside of Cabre, and he's going to try to take away this 5th spot. Josh Cottle leads about 0.3 of a second over PJ Evans, Brett Suggs, Peyton Howell. Here comes Alex McCollum now. He is trying to get to 4th as Peyton Howell is up the racetrack. Lap 17 battle. Alex McCollum, Peyton Howell for the 4th position. Cole Cabre getting defensive with Brendan Lee, who's trying to get underneath the 54 machine to take away that 5th position. And behind him, Brendan Lee has got a bunch of cars double file. That's Tyler Hudson, Hugo Paquette, Kyle Meyer, Josh Parrish, all back there inside the top 10. Cottle's lead still maintains about 0.3 of a second over PJ Evans. Brett Suggs runs 3rd. Alex McCollum and Peyton Howell cannot settle this. Howell jumped to the outside, and now he's going to try to make a move around the outside of the 33, Brett Suggs, rather. Suggs and Howell side by side off turn 4. It looked like Suggs going to let the 52 machine go. Almost caught the 1 car of Alex McCollum off guard. McCollum had to jump to the outside to maybe avoid some contact with Brett Suggs. Suggs going to try to slip up back in front of the 1 machine. Trouble for McCollum down the front straightaway. He bails out. Not sure what just happened to the 1 machine, but McCollum is off the pace on the apron. We'll keep an eye on that to see if he rejoins the field or if he's going to take it to pit road. And McCollum does rejoin, so perhaps he just didn't like the racing that was going on up there, wanted to drop to the back to save tires. Interesting strategy, as he ran pretty hard for the first 20 laps and now has relegated himself deep into the field. He's about 25th position. And now the caution waves. Trouble in the back straightaway. We've got a couple cars around. Lucas Hanley, Eric Tracy around. Rick Rube and the Islander in machine is around as well. So big issues there on the back straightaway. Several cars involved. Rick Rube was, I believe, running around the 26th position. It was, so we think it was started with Rick Rube. We're going to get a look at the replay here. So Rick Rube and JJ Chansey get together. I think the two might have pinched the 81 a bit there. And then I think Alex McCollum got a piece of it. And I think Alex went to the back to hide because he thought something big was about to come. And then he gets caught up in that incident. So you see Rube and Chansey get together, and then here comes Rube and Alex just into the wall, and I can tell you the one machine has parked it. He has called it a night. So your second place in points coming into the night just has left the server. So I believe we're going to see the 2-car JJ Chansey go to the rear of the field. Just, he was up the racetrack there and then just kind of comes down, and the 81 machine there on the inside gets clipped in the right front. And then as he tries to gather it up, Lucas Hanley and Eric Tracy just nowhere to go along with Alex McCollum. So McCollum is out of this one. Still 28 cars on the lead lap, 29 still running in this race. Michael in the chat cheering for Peyton Howell, and Howell was off to a hot start. He started 8th tonight after the invert, up to 3rd already, and he had a lot of confidence about this racetrack. He was excited for tonight's race, and he definitely brought the speed tonight in the 52 machine, already up to the 3rd spot. So Josh Cottle going to be your leader for this restart as we second caution here on lap 27 of this one. PJ Evans going to restart second. Peyton Howell, Brett Suggs, Cole Caver, your top 5. Brendan Lee, Tyler Hudson, Kyle Meyer, Aaron Plemons, Hugo Paquette, your top 10. We hit the BSRM. Brett Suggs Racing and Marketing restart zone for Josh Cottle. PJ Evans on the outside. Cottle gets control this start. Cottle is off and away. Rear green flag racing once again in the Islander in 125. PJ Evans going to slip down in front of Peyton Howell. On the outside, Brett Suggs trying to make something happen in that 33 machine. Can he get a run on Peyton Howell here? Looks like Howell going to let him go. Decides to let that 33 down in line. So your top 5 going to get single file. And as I say that, PJ Evans is already looking underneath Josh Cottle for the lead. Cottle shuts the door into turn 1. PJ Evans, a runner in the Rookie of the Year points here in the Late Model Shootout Series, newcomer to the series, and has already led a bunch of laps, still looking for that first win. But PJ Evans been very impressive, a newcomer to this series, as Brett Suggs and Peyton Howell now battle for the 3rd spot. Howell to the outside, and looks like Suggs going to back out of it, let the 52 machine go, repaid the favor that Brett Suggs repays the favor for Peyton Howell, who let him in just moments ago. Single file. Tyler Hudson just lost a spot to Aaron Plemons, so move Plemons up to 7th position. Hudson back to 8th. Hugo Paquette and Kyle Meyer still battling back there for about 9th position. As Hugo gets that spot, Kyle Meyer will slip into 10th position. Gonna go ways back to 14th position where Aaron Johnson and Zach Oden are battling, and looks like Johnson's going to get that spot. Here comes Dylan Bates, who had to start from the EOL, so started deep in this field, about 31st position, maybe 30th position, and he is on the move right now, up into 16th here. So Owen trapped on the outside, not able to go anywhere there as Dylan Bates takes that spot. Here comes AJ Rogers as well, trying to steal a spot from the 31 machine. A little bit further up, Aaron Johnson also on the move. He's trying to get around points leader Jackson Lewis. Lewis running 13th. Johnson was there through 3 and 4, wasn't able to complete the pass, and now he'll fall back in line. Up front, Peyton Howell has gotten to 2nd past PJ Evans, and he is starting to run down your leader, Josh Cottle, and they have built up a big gap back to PJ. Looks like the 12 machine has kind of gotten into tire conserving mode, and Josh Cottle and Peyton Howell are trying to run away from this field. They've opened up about 1 second over PJ Evans. Brett Suggs behind him with Cole Cabrey, Brendan Lee, Aaron Clements, Tyler Hudson, Hugo Paquette, and Kyle Meyer. First 11 cars single file at this point. Then you got Jackson Lewis and Caden Fisher battling hard for 12th position. Fisher going to possibly lose this spot as Jackson Lewis inches ahead on the inside line. Jackson got up the racetrack there, almost made contact with the 18 machine. And now Dylan Bates going to take a shot here on the 78 machine. It looked like Aaron Johnson got tight through the middle of 1 and 2. That opened up the door for this 91. And after a bit of running single file, these guys are getting very racy. You see Josh Parrish and Kyle Meyer now battling as well. So this whole group here getting double file, starting to really race for position. Everybody played it pretty nicely after that restart, and now it is on. They're going to be 3 wide down the front straightaway with Jackson Lewis on the inside of Josh Parrish. Kyle Meyer bails out on the top side. He's going to lose 2 spots. Now Kane Fisher going to go by. So another position loss for Kyle Meyer. Fantastic racing here at Nashville as Josh Parrish now possibly going to lose a spot here to Jackson Lewis. Lewis on the move. Remember, he started 19th tonight. The guy behind him, Kane Fisher, he started 20th. These guys are just moving through the field early on. In front of them, Tyler Hudson and Hugo Paquette are battling as well. It looks like Hudson going to take that spot away from Paquette to move Hudson up to 8th, Paquette back to 9th. Still a battle for 10th with Lewis and Parrish. Neither going to give here. Parrish making that outside work, and he is making it very difficult on Jackson Lewis to complete this pass. I gotta say, our setup builder, Daniel Pope, has really given us a fantastic setup with a lot of double file racing tonight. These guys, it seems like the middle lane is actually starting to come in. And as I say that, Josh Parrish lost a little bit of ground on entry there. I don't know if he might have backed out of it just a bit. Maybe some issues with the 0-1 ahead of him slowing down. Kind of scared the 55 machine, but Jackson Lewis trying to clear the 55, and he just can't. You are not missing anything out front. It is all Josh Cottle. He's got about 3/10 over Peyton Howell, who's built up an almost 2-second gap to PJ Evans. So the top 3 have really spread themselves out. Brett Suggs runs 4th, Cole Cabrey 5th. But this is the best racing on the racetrack back here around 10th position as Caden Fisher gets bumped from Aaron Johnson. The 78 machine all over the back bumper of the 18. That's going to get the 18 up the racetrack, and Aaron's going to have a look underneath him into turn 1. Dylan Bates going to jump to the outside now as Aaron Johnson could not complete that pass and get underneath Caden Fisher. So Bates going to use that outside line to try to get to the outside of the 78 machine. This is a battle for 13th on the racetrack. Laps ticking away right now. We are up to lap 47 of this one, and some fantastic green flag racing going on. Dylan Bates did complete that pass on the 78 of Aaron Johnson. Here comes Kyle Meyer. He's got a run on the 31 of Zach Onan. This is a battle for 15th on the racetrack. Kyle Meyer tried to gain some spots back. He started up near the front of the field, started 12th, and he's fallen back to 16th. Josh Cottle opening up that lead ever so slightly. It's about 0.4 of a second now over Peyton Howell. And then again, about 2 seconds back to PJ Evans, who leads a group with Brett Suggs, Cole Cabrey, Aaron Clemens, Brendan Lee, Hugo Paquette. Tyler Hudson runs 9th with Jackson Lewis, your points leader, running 10th. Dylan Bates on the move as well. It's starting to put some pressure on Caden Fisher for that 12th position. We're seeing the line move up the racetrack. Early on in this run, everybody was running around the bottom, and now you're seeing them start to enter in the middle groove and then turn that car towards the bottom. And that is really affecting the way these guys drive the car, and it's leaving the door open for people to try to make a run into turn 1 or turn 3. And it's providing us with a fantastic race right now. Aaron Plemons on the move. He gets underneath the 54. Cole Cavery into turn 3. Cavery going to have to give him some room. Can't cut to the bottom there. But Plemons just can't complete it as Cavery holds him off. Cavery won earlier this season at Langley. Missed a race last week, and so lost some ground in the points, trying to fight and claw his way into the top 8 in the standings. Race for a championship later this year. He was part of our Final 4 last season. And Josh Cottle starting to open that lead up front. It is now 7/10 of a second over Baby Shark, Peyton Howell. PJ Evans back 2.5 seconds from Josh Cottle. Brett Suggs still runs in the 4th spot. Cole Cavery 5th, with Aaron Plemons still trying to find a way around that 54 machine. Like we're watching some battling going on further back with Corey Bigley and JJ Chansey. Chansey going around the outside of Corey Bigley. Chansey had a little penalty just a moments ago. Went to the rear of the field, back up into the 20th position. Corey Bigley back to 21st. About to have a race up here with the 55 of Josh Parrish. It looks like Parrish's car is starting to not handle the way he wants to, and he has got a mirror full of Caden Fisher, who's doing everything he can to set up this 55 machine. He's going to have a run down the back straightaway. Now the question, can he get alongside Parrish? And he does there. Going to throw it down into turn 3. Battle for 11th spot. Caden Fisher had it that time by, but Parrish able to fight back a little bit on the outside. Can Caden clear him? Just not able to down the back straightaway. Now he clears the 55 machine. Here comes Dylan Bates, going to try to take a shot here on the inside line. Parrish pushing the AT machine into turn 1, kind of set him up the racetrack there. Bates back to the bottom as well, going to try to get a run on Josh Parrish. Again, battle for 12th between these two. And as Bates does that, Dylan Canova just jumps to the outside of him and says, hey, if you're going to give up this middle lane, I'm going to take it from you. And he does. He gets to the outside of the 91. Oh, sorry, that is the 78 of Aaron Johnson. Similar looking race cars, similar numbers as well, 70 and 78. That is Aaron Johnson going into the 13th position as Dylan Bates has to concede that one. Well, you're about to have a big battle for third because BJ Evans has slowed the pace down and they are lined up behind him now. Brett Suggs in the 4th spot is trying to find a way around PJ, and Cole Cavery, Aaron Plemons, they are all there. And now the 33 dives to the inside. Question is, will Cole Cavery jump to the outside? As he does, the 67 of Aaron Plemons goes to the bottom. So we are stacked up double file now, back here around 4th spot. Plemons and Cavery getting very tight through 1 and 2 as we work lap 64 of this 125 lapper. And we've been green flag racing for quite a while now, so tires starting to wear out on these machines. And the guys that have saved tires are starting to really show their strength as Brett Suggs has a run on the 12 of PJ Evans. This is a battle for third on the racetrack. Your leaders are gone, though. It is 2.9 back to your leader, Josh Cottle, who has opened up a 1.5 second gap on Peyton Howell. Suggs completes that pass. Here comes Cole Cavery trying to do the same. BJ Evans' car just starting to fade. He was on the move early on. He drove his way from 5th up into the 3rd spot, but now that car is starting to fall backwards as Cole Cabrey completes the pass. Here comes Aaron Clemens in the 167 now. Clemens and PJ Evans battling hard for the 4th spot. Actually make that 5th spot is Clemens had it that time by PJ Evans back into the 6th position. Here comes Brendan Lee now. So the bleeding doesn't stop for PJ Evans. He is stuck there on the outside line, and they are starting to line up on the inside, and he makes a move in front of Brendan Lee to get to the bottom. Desperation there for the 12 machine. He continued to lose spots. He got to the bottom, and now Brendan Lee going to try to take that spot back. Will contact down the front straightaway, and behind them, that's Tyler Hudson in the 0-1. He makes a move underneath Hugo Paquette. Saw the door opening for the 12, and he dove all the way underneath Hugo Paquette, gets alongside the 12 machine. Here comes Jackson Lewis. Lewis on the move from 19th starting position. Early challenger for tonight's Adobe Mountain Speedway Hard Charger Award. Battle is on for 2nd as Brett Suggs has caught Peyton Howell. They are 2.4 seconds back from your leader, Josh Cottle, but Brett Suggs saved tires, and now on lap 71, he's moved up into the 2nd position. So Cottle, Suggs, Howell, Cabrey, Clemens, your top 5. Brendan Lee has 6. Battle is on for 7th as Jackson Lewis, again on the move, started deep in tonight's field, trying to go around Tyler Hudson for the 7th position. And Hudson's pushing the 10 machine, trying to get him to move out of the way, so he has a line on the outside, and Brendan Lee keeps kind of holding up the 01 machine. Jackson will clear Tyler Hudson. Hudson going to move to the bottom. He decided he needs to get around the 10 car. And they're looking 3 wide into turn 1. Tyler Hudson to the bottom with your points leader, Jackson Lewis. That's not what he wants to see. Brendan Lee backs out of it. And Jackson going to hold on to that 7th position. Peyton Howell lost a spot to Cole Cabrey. Now he's under attack from Aaron Clemens. So the 52's tires starting to give out here just a little too soon, too early for the 52 car. And now he's starting to fade as the 7 of Jackson Lewis is there. He's looking to take away 5th spot from Peyton Howell. Jackson is flying right now, already past the 52 of Howell. Now he's trying to put some pressure on Aaron Clemens. Tyler Hudson was able to go around Peyton Howell as well, so move Howell back into the 7th position in front of Hugo Paquette. Actually make that 8th position. Hugo going to dive to the inside. The 52 just really struggling right now. Jackson Lewis is underneath Aaron Clemens. He is going for 4th. Keep an eye on the lead. Right now it is down to 2.2 seconds for Brett Suggs. Suggs running a little bit quicker than your leader, Josh Cottle, but he's got a long way to go if he wants to reel him in. Jackson Lewis able to clear Aaron Clemens to move Jackson up to 4th. Here comes Tyler Hudson. He's going to go for 5th. Lap traffic really starting to come into play as well as they have started to put some cars a lap down. Jonathan Sanford, the last car to go a lap down in the 26th position. Rick Rube running 25th would be the next car to go a lap down. Working on lap 80 of this 125 lapper. I think we've been green since about lap 29, so we are deep into this green flag run right now, and the field has really spread themselves out. And this is what we wanted to see. Tire strategy and really tire management coming into play here. Long green flag runs as Peyton Howell is really struggling right now. Kyle Meyer going to take a look underneath Peyton Howell for the 11th position. Peyton got up to 2nd, and that car has just fallen off. Trouble for the 212. I'm hearing he might have made some contact with the 52 machine. And that might have hurt the 52 of Peyton Howell a little bit. Jackson Lewis just went around Cole Cabrey. It looked like Cabrey saw the faster 7 machine coming, gave him room, moved Jackson Lewis, your points leader, from 19th to 3rd. Looking for that Adobe Mountain Speedway Hard Charger Award tonight. With these green flag runs, a lot of drivers in the running as well for that SD Ireland Company's Clean Driver Awards. We got trouble. Aaron Johnson is in the fence through 1 and 2. Looked like he had some contact with Dylan Bates. Johnson got up against the wall. He is stopping up there. And that is going to trigger a caution here on lap 83. It looked like Aaron might have got some contact from Dylan Bates. Tell you what, if there was contact there, it was tight. Trying to figure out what happened. Aaron got close to the wall. I don't think he made actual contact with the outside wall down the front straightaway. I think it's just a little tap from the 91, possibly some net code there. Like, it's like the 91 tried to dive to the bottom, and they just kind of get a little bit of net code. But that does end that run. Really long green flag run from lap 29 to lap 83. I'm hearing some of the chatter that's going on. Some of the drivers towards the rear of the field, or not even really the rear of the field, someone towards the front, like Peyton Howell, who's currently running 12th, said he's concerned he's going to blow a right front tire. He thinks his right front tire is gone right now. So this is going to reset everything, and I think this is what Brett Suggs is going to want to see. Josh Cottle ran out to a huge lead, and that lead has just evaporated as we close in on this one. Probably going to go back to green about lap 90 of this one. Brett Suggs runs second. Jackson Lewis, who is charged from 19th, is up to third. Cole Cabrey runs fourth. Tyler Hudson up into the fifth spot. Aaron Plemons started 14th. He is up to sixth. Hugo Paquette runs seventh. Caden Fisher from 20th to 8th right now. PJ Evans runs 9th. Brendan Lee 10th right now. Kyle Meyer 11th. Peyton Howell 12th. Reagan Parent 13th from 26th starting position. Dylan Bates 14th. Corey Bigley runs 15th, with Elliott Carlson, Josh Parrish, Dylan Canova, Zach Onan, and AJ Rogers behind them. Your top 20. 22 cars still in the lead lap. That's Eric Tracy and Lucas Hanley. And then you got to go back to 23rd. One lap down is Rick Rube in the 81 machine. Well, if Bill was able to talk, if he hadn't put his microphone away, this is about the time I think he'd say the price of poker is about to go up. Is Josh Cottle, Brett Suggs on that front row, and I think we've seen 33 save a little bit more tire than Josh Cottle, but it's one thing to save tire, it's another to get around the guy once you get there. And Brett Suggs going to have his work cut out for him if he wants to get around Josh Cottle for the win here in the Islander in 125. We are going back to green, lap 90 of 125. Josh Cottle in the BSRM restart zone. He is off and away, and here comes Jackson Lewis. Lewis got a fantastic restart, and he's going to put some pressure on Brett Suggs right here. This is only going to help Josh Cottle as he tries to pull away. Suggs on the outside, Jackson Lewis on the inside. Behind them is Cole Cabrey, Tyler Hudson. They're side by side for the fourth spot. Suggs able to clear Jackson Lewis. Got that nice run off turn 4, pulls down in line. Lewis in the third spot. Here's Hudson and Cole Cabrey. They make a little contact in the middle of 1 and 2. Caden Fisher dives underneath Aaron Plemons. They make some contact in the middle of 3 and 4 as well. Hudson able to pull ahead of Cavery. Cavery's going to fall in behind the 01 to move Hudson up to 4th. Cavery back to 5th. Aaron Plemons able to clear the 18 of Caden Fisher, but that is not over yet. Here comes Fisher trying to get to the bottom, makes a little contact with Plemons. Now Fisher to the outside. Plemons going to give him that outside line, try to hold the bottom. And then Plemons kind of gave him the top side and then ran up to the top side. And that is going to put the 18 in a tough spot as Hugo Paquette comes up the inside. Hugo going to try to take advantage of this. Hugo going to try to go around both of them, take the 6th spot, and he does. Plemons and Caden Fisher battling so hard, they kind of forgot about the 33 machine. Josh Cottle still leads, but Brett Suggs in tow, just 0.2 of a second behind the 13 machine. Caden Fisher did clear Aaron Plemons. Now Kyle Meyer going to take a look underneath the 167. That's Kyle Meyer making a run here in the, looks like the 8th position. You will clear Aaron Plemons, Reagan Parent, and PJ Evans. Evans got up to 2nd at one point in this race, and that car has started to fade. Now Reagan Parent trying to take advantage of the 12 machine, who's caught once again on the outside line. Reagan gets the spot, move him up into the top 10. PJ Evans now outside the top 10. Caden Fisher just went around Hugo Paquette. Behind them, here comes Elliott Carlson. We haven't really talked about Elliott all night long. Started 18th. He was kind of cruising around in the back, stayed on the lead lap, got his caution. Here he comes. We're just about 102 laps to go, or actually about 27 laps to go. And Elliott going to go around PJ Evans, following Brendan Lee around. Reagan Parent, Lucas Hanley coming as well as Reagan Parent goes by Aaron Plemons. So tires really starting to affect it. Now the 212 is stopped on the inside of turn 1. And that is going to trigger a caution. Not sure what happened to Jonathan Sanford there in the 212. He kind of came to a stop down the front straightaway, tried to roll that car off the racetrack, and just ended up outside the pit exit. So what I'm hearing is it might have lost a right front tire on the 212. AJ Rogers as well also blew a right front tire. So these guys pushing it so hard that they are starting to get down to the cords on those right front tires, and that is going to be a concern for some of these drivers up front that have pushed hard through this 125 lapper. Yeah, that is definitely going to bring some drama, as we are now within 25 laps to go under caution for Josh Cottle, who has led since the drop of the green flag. But Cottle's strategy was to get out front. He built a huge lead. The question is, does he have enough tire to get to the end here? Brett Suggs runs 2nd. Jackson Lewis. Jackson had to go through a lot of traffic as well, and he has charged his way up to 3rd. Tyler Hudson runs 4th. Cole Cabry 5th. Behind them, it's Caden Fisher, Hugo Paquette, Kyle Meyer, Reagan Parent, and Aaron Plemons. Brendan Lee, 11th, followed by Elliott Carlson, Lucas Hanley, and Hanley started 30th tonight. So again, another challenger for the Adobe Mountain Speedway Hard Charger Award, 30th to 13th at this point. PJ Evans runs 14th, Corey Bigley 15th. Behind them, Eric Tracy, Dylan Canova, Josh Parrish, Zach Owen, Peyton Howell, Dylan Bates, and now Rick Rue back on the lead lap in the 22nd position. Islander in-machine not having a great night there. A lot of damage to the 81, but he's out there trying to make it happen still. Back on the lead lap, you don't know what could happen here, so Rick going to rejoin to the rear of the field and try to avoid anything crazy, as we are down to crunch time right now. We're going to go back to green with about, what, 20 laps to go? Some of the drivers asking about what's next week, and I should tell all the people watching on broadcast as well that B&A signs Bullring 125 from the Las Vegas Bullring next week. So we're about to go back to green flag racing after our fourth caution of the night, lap 105 restart. It'll be 20 laps to go when they cross the line for Josh Cottle. As Pace Truck's going to head off the racetrack, take him to the Brett Suggs Racing and Marketing restart zone, and that guy in the 33, Brett Suggs, going to try to get a better restart here as Cottle is off and away. Suggs going to try to keep pace, but he is already under fire from the 7. Looks like the 01 of Tyler Hudson trying to push that 33 machine forward on the outside line. Cottle is clear of Suggs down the back straightaway. Suggs still trying to make a room. He's going to try to make a gap there on the outside of the 13 of Cottle. And Cottle on the inside. Suggs has got some momentum on the top side. Can he get there, pull alongside the 13 machine? Behind them, Jackson Lewis and Tyler Hudson are battling. Here comes Suggs. He has gained on Josh Cottle down the back straightaway. He goes for the bottom this time. Cottle's going to give it to him on the inside line. Suggs not able to make the pass as Jackson Lewis and Tyler Hudson still battle. Hudson trying to inch forward ahead of Jackson Lewis on the outside line. He does. He clears the 7 machine into turn 3. Tyler Hudson on the move. Started 7th tonight. He's up to 3rd. Keeping an eye towards the back of the field right now. Cole Cavery runs 5th. Caden Fisher is up to 6th. Kyle Meyer 7th. Hugo Paquette 8th. Reagan Parent under attack from Elliott Carlson for the 9th spot. Here comes the 09 machine. He has got a lot of tire left on that car, and he's making a late charge. Caution waves here on lap 109. Brendan Lee got together with Lucas Hanley, and they're in the turn 1 wall, and you saw that right on the broadcast there. We'll get a look at that one, maybe a little replay as look like Brendan Lee. Actually, I think maybe Lucas Hanley kind of wandered down the racetrack and just kind of right reared, hooked the 10 car. And Aaron Plemons almost got hooked as well. He was just an inch away. I think he actually got clipped in the left rear bumper. But if the 10 machine of Brendan Lee was any closer, it would have ended up turning Aaron Plemons as well. Well, 5th caution on the night there. Lucas Hanley, Brendan Lee get together. Brendan was in the top 10 for most of the night. Tires have really fallen off on that machine. Getting no tire changes in this series. You got to make it to the move or make it to the end on what you started with. And we're seeing a lot of drivers tonight that just used up a little too much too early. A lot of the drivers on the radio talking about the 09 machine, Elliott Carlson, saying he's got the fastest car on the racetrack right now. He's going to restart 9th in this one. This will bunch the field back up, but time's starting to tick away. If Elliott Carlson wants to get to the front, he's going to have to make a late charge here. But definitely some of the drivers, Aaron Plemons was one of them that said, man, the 09 has got so much saved that he absolutely blew past him like he was standing still. Looking at the point standings again, Jackson Lewis, your points leader, started 19th tonight, up into the 4th spot. Be a solid point state for Jackson Lewis. Alex McCollum was just 1 point back from Jackson Lewis, out early in this one, going to finish 30th. PJ Evans, he started off hot tonight, fell back to the 12th position. He's 3rd in points. Cody Kelly not here. Your 4th place runner not here tonight. 5th in points, Josh Cottle leads this race. He's led every lap of this one, and he is trying to hold on for his first win of the season. Trevor Edwards, I believe he's on vacation. We talked to him about the Sarah race this week. He's going to miss that because he's going to be at the beach. So Trevor Edwards, 6th in points. He is the points leader in our Thursday night, the Sarah Super Series that we'll be broadcasting later on this week. And he's not going to be there. At least he doesn't think he's going to be there. So could be a big shakeup in the Super Series point standings as well. Well, the field is doubled up. We are getting set to go back to green flag racing. It's going to be 10 to go when they cross the line. Josh Cottle, Brett Suggs headed for that BSRM restart zone. Cottle's been mixing it up. He's going early this time. Going to catch the 33 off guard, but it also gave Brett Suggs a chance to jump down in front of Tyler Hudson. He'll get right to the bottom. 2nd is clear. Now it's a battle for 3rd side by side with Jackson Lewis and Tyler Hudson once again. Hudson's got the bottom. Jackson Lewis this time on the top side. And we got trouble in the back. Looks like Eric Tracy might have been around with the 70 of Dylan Canova. And that is going to bring us our 6th caution of the night. And it looked like going down to turn 3, the 70 locked up the right front tire. It locked up the front brakes, lost the front end, and just turned the 67 around. So Dylan Canova going to go to the rear of the field for that contact with the 67 machine. Some of these drivers, I'm listening to the radio chatter, some of the drivers were thankful to see that yellow. They do not have any tire left, and they just want to get to the end of this one. Some of these guys just want all the caution laps they can get so they can just make a 3-lap run to the end. They want a green-white checkered just to finish this one out. Is Jonathan Sanford going to pick up a lucky dog there? He is 6 laps down now in the 23rd position. But tire management has been a key all night long. Josh Cottle's done a fantastic job. As hard as he ran early on, I am surprised that the 13 machine has the pace it has late. But he did a great job of saving tires even out front, building that lead. And Brett Suggs did it. Brett Suggs did a great job saving, but it almost seems like the 13 was able to outsave him, even with building that huge lead that he had built up. I believe we're going to see a single file restart this time because they did not complete a lap. And I'm not sure if that doesn't necessarily help the 33 of Brett Suggs. He hasn't had the best restarts on the outside line. So maybe the single file restart is going to be what he needs. He's going to have no challenge to the bottom side of the racetrack. He's going to start in the preferred line. So this could be what Brett Suggs needs to mount a charge here with Josh Cottle. Jackson Lewis going to restart 3rd, Tyler Hudson 4th. Those two as well have been battling every single restart. They have swapped that 3rd spot back and forth here, and now they'll restart single file. Caden Fisher into the top 5 for this restart. Cole Cabrey runs 6th, Hugo Paquette 7th, Kyle Meyer 8th, Elliott Carlson 9th, Reagan Parent 10th. Pace car going to head off the racetrack, I believe this time. Josh Cottle, single file restart, headed for that BSRM restart zone with that BSRM driver right behind him, Brett Suggs. Here we go. We are green flag racing, and Suggs got a pretty good restart, but Jackson Lewis is all over him already, trying to jump to the outside of Brett Suggs into turn 1. Tyler Hudson sees the 7 machine move to the top side. He dove to the bottom, so he took a gamble there. Jackson Lewis able to clear that machine. So here we go. Josh Cottle out front. Can Brett Suggs get there? Four laps to go for these guys. Brett Suggs trying to get to Josh Cottle. Cottle doing a fantastic job, about 0.2 of a second out on the 33 machine. Everybody single file. Only cars on the move right now. It looks like Elliott Carlson trying to get underneath Kyle Meyer. And here comes Tyler Hudson. He's looking for third with Jackson Lewis. Josh Cottle stretching that lead now. It's about 2-3 car lengths over Brett Suggs as Tyler Hudson gets into the 7 machine. Behind them, Kyle Meyer is on the move. He's trying to get around Hugo Paquette. And Elliott Carlson's going to jump to the outside. 2 to go for Josh Cottle. And Cottle's going to see the white flag this time off turn 4. 1 lap to go in the Islander in 125. Brett Suggs is just about 3 car lengths behind him. And Jackson Lewis is losing a ton of time with the 0-1, really working over that rear bumper. And off turn 4, Josh Cottle going to see the checkered flag, wins his first race of the season in the Islander in 125. Brett Suggs going to come home second. Third going to go to Tyler Hudson at the line with Jackson Lewis. Caden Fisher going to come home fifth. Yeah, just absolutely. Bill was just saying, probably the best race of the season right there. That was insane. The amount of tire movement there at the end with drivers coming forward was unreal. Cole Cabrey going to pick up the 6th place finish. Hugo Paquette, Kyle Meyer, Elliott Carlson with, I believe, his best finish of the season. Top 10 there in 9th. Reagan Parent comes home 10th. Started 26th tonight for Reagan. So possibly in the running for the Adobe Mountain Speedway Hard Charger. I think it's still going to go to Jackson Lewis from 19th to 4th. Again, the SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund Clean Driver Awards. I think we're going to see a lot of 0 incidents tonight, so a lot of drivers in the running for that as well. Corey Bigley going to finish 11th. Aaron Plemons, 12th. PJ Evans, Brendan Lee, Josh Parrish, your top 15. Peyton Howell going to come home 16th, followed by Dylan Bates, Rick Rube, Lucas Hanley, and Dylan Canova. Zach Owen 21st, followed by Eric Tracy, Jonathan Sanford, AJ Rogers, Peter Fisher. Aaron Johnson going to finish 26th with JJ Chansey, Devin Rogers, John Piette, Alex McCollum, and Matt Barkhouse, your 31 starters tonight. So we're going to talk to your winner tonight. Josh Cottle picks up his first win of the season. And Josh, I had some concerns for you because you jumped out to a big lead early on. It was over 2 seconds. And then those cautions started to fall late. And I was worried you might not have had enough tire, but it seemed like you might have had some of the best stuff at the end there.
Dude, that line that I ran I feel like I was the only one running that line, and it definitely helped me. I had so much grip. I had like, okay, I had 40, 46 on my tires still at the end. Like,
Well, I know during the race, you can't see what is left on that right front. Did you know that you were good, or was there some concern maybe that right front starting to go a bit?
so I got the warning. I guess it was the 50% warning, not the 25. So I thought I was a little in trouble, but I mean, I was barely turning the wheel to get it to rotate. I mean, it was hooked up. I was glued to the bottom.
What was your strategy early on? We had that long green flag run, and you built up a nice lead. Were you pretty content about 2.5, or were you trying to stretch that lead as big as possible? What was the game plan there?
Honestly, I just ran my pace. I have a really bad habit in this car that I've noticed is I just oversave and like really get tight. So I just kind of ran my pace, let the car do its thing, and it really prevailed there at the end because I mean, people are going right fronts like every single lap, and I'm here just kind of just cruising.
Well, you've been running a lot of laps, including tonight. You came straight out of the straight the field race into our ITZR race. How much is it helping getting you up to speed with this car running so many laps in different settings?
I feel like it is helping. I need a lot more laps though. I don't race that much anymore in officials, so I just kind of I try to get back into it and like get as much experience as I can possible because some of these guys are just lights out compared to everybody else. So I want to try to increase my skill a little bit there.
Well, we know it takes a lot of people to be competitive, especially when you're doing the open setup and the high strength of field stuff. And we'll see you Thursday for the Sarah Super Series. Is there anybody you want to
Sure.
thank that helps you out with all this?
Yeah, I want to thank the shop, man. They and EPI. We recently went over there and it's been so much fun. If you need any setups, epi.com. Check them out. It's been a blast this season. Thank you to Tyler for all he's done for us. But yeah, and thank y'all for the broadcast. Obviously, this was a fun race. I mean, it was pretty. The green flag run there at the end or at the beginning was so much fun. Just like kind of like having to worry about tires. You don't do that much in the super. In the super, it's all out, and right there is a lot of fun.
Well, we're glad to hear that you're enjoying the racing, and it's always fun when you win too. So that tops it off, right?
That was my first ever win too with y'all. I mean,
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Congratulations, Josh. And we hope to see you Thursday night in the Sarah Super Series race, the Heights Pride 150. And I believe, where are we going? Lanier?
uh, I think it's Southern National.
Southern National. You're right. Southern National. So we'll see you hopefully Thursday night.
Yeah, and thank you to Brett for racing me clean there at the end. He could have done a lot of things, and I appreciate him.
All right, Josh. Congratulations once again on your first ITZR victory.
Thank you.
Or Brett Suggs going to join us. And Brett, we haven't got to talk to you much this season. You've been kind of absent. You come in, you have a great run there. You saved a lot of tire. You moved forward the second there late, but did you just not have enough to catch Josh at the end?
Yeah, Jeff, that was exactly it. Josh was in control of that whole race there and really was able to set a good pace. I kind of got, shuffled back a little bit, battled third and fourth, and then finally started to make my way up there. And then once we got in a second, I had a feeling we'd get another yellow, and I was about 2.5 seconds back from Jinx there, so I didn't want to push it too hard. Kind of wanted to save something for the end, but when it came down to it, just didn't have enough there for Josh.
Well, we talked to Josh, and he said he doesn't get a race a lot, and that's been a problem for him in this car. And I know for you, you've been so busy, you haven't been able to make a lot of races, even on Thursday nights with Sarah. Has that been an issue for you with getting adapted to this new car? You just don't have the track time, the seat time with it?
I think so. I think I'm pretty sure Jinx builds for one of the teams out there, so he has a little bit of time, just like on the building side, but it's totally different. And he can agree, like when you're on the race pace side. So I don't really run a lot of these races too much. Like you said, I've missed. This is actually my first race for ITZR this season. What are we, 5, 6 races in?
Yeah, fifth
Uh,
race of the season.
yeah, so it's been unfortunate missing out, and it's been fun watching the Facebook broadcast and cheering everybody on. But same thing for Sara. I haven't been able to make too many of those races, and it probably just comes down to seat time and just learning how this tire wears, and especially on a big track like Nashville.
Well, before we let Josh go, the last thing he said is he wanted to thank you for running him clean because there was a lot of things you could have done there. Was there any thought about it? Maybe trying to get to his rear bumper, or were you just wanting to give him a nice clean race there?
It's funny. I was actually thinking of sending him a message there on one of those final restarts and ask if I could give him a little bump. But no, it's all good. I mean, I've known Josh for a while. We've been friends for a little while now, and always trying to race clean. But if it would have been close enough, I probably would have given him a little nudge. Nothing to really upset the car too much, but just let him know I was there.
Well, Brett, we like to talk to the guys whenever we get a chance about their real racing. And we saw you've been doing the cars too with the pro lates. And what's next up for you with the real car? Where are you going to be next?
Yeah, so just announced today that we are heading to Ace Speedway this coming weekend. Well, weekday, I should say. It's a Friday night race with the Cars Tour. That's going to be 8 p.m. Friday at Ace Speedway over there in Altamaha, North Carolina. So that'll be my first time to the track. We're sitting sixth in points right now for the Cars Pro Late Model Tour. And, if I can learn that track quick, hopefully all the YouTube videos studying helps. Hopefully we'll have a good, clean run and come out of there maybe top 5 in points.
Well, I think Cars Tour should be on Flow, right? If anybody wants to catch you racing live on Friday night, it should be on Flow Racing.
Yeah, that's right. Flow Racing has the full broadcast. It's actually a full night of racing as well. So we've got the late model stock and pro lates, but also the local divisions at Ace. So it's going to be a lot of racing live on Flow.
All right, Brett. Before we let you get out of here, is there anybody you want to thank that helps you get up to speed with this car?
Yeah, definitely want to thank the boys at Team Jones Race Development, Shane Williamson, Lee Norton. Shane was spotting for me that full race there as he usually is. So he had some great calls and was able to get me clear on some of those daring moves that we had to make a few times. But big shout out to those guys over there, as well as everybody at McConey Setup Shop. Jeff McConey, he's doing a lot for our real racing program, so we really appreciate him. Everybody at TH Motorsports allow me the opportunity to race their race car, and Coltman Farms Racing, Lake Norman Power Cleaning, Brett Suggs Racing Marketing, Racer Tees. We've got a lot of support that really helps our program go, and looking forward to getting back to the track this weekend and giving it a shot.
All right, Brett, thanks for taking the time to talk with us. Congratulations. A great return to ITZR, a second place finish tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Well, joining us in the broadcast booth, and I haven't talked to this guy in forever. Tyler Hudson joining us, and Tyler, you've been a long timer on iRacing. I think you were me and you raced together a lot in 2008. I think when this whole thing started to the public, and you came to join us in the late model stock this series. What was it about the late model stock that got you to want to come back and do some league racing with it?
Yeah, it's just I've always enjoyed the short track stuff. I mean, back in like 2008, what you're talking about, that's all we did. And so just I just enjoyed that type of racing. It's a lot of no pressure, just go out there and have some fun. But the good thing about it is it's a lot of really, really close racing, and that's what I really enjoy. You know, these like the Cup car or some of these other cars with the mile and a halfs and stuff. It just, it's fun and all, but I just love going back to the grassroots of things and elbows up. Have at it. So it's really fun, and you got a great league here. All these races have been really, really tough to race in. Everybody's fast. I wish all the races would come down to tire management, kind of like that, because I can't really rip off a lap like these guys can, but I feel like I'm pretty decent at saving tires, so that's why it worked out a little bit tonight.
Well, it seemed like you had a lot of pace there at the end, and then you got into a heated battle with Jackson Lewis. You guys battle back and forth. You kept swapping the third position, but was there any thought with you that maybe that battle for third was keeping you from having a chance to win the race?
Yeah, I think we had a restart with about 40 to go, and the spotter came on us, and your right front tire's wearing out. So I knew I was in trouble, but the weird part was like I was faster than the cars around me, so they must have got that warning ahead of me, and that battle with Jackson was really fun. He got me on the restarts, but we got him at the end there. I think he was struggling a little bit on his tires. I don't know if he's upset or not, but I was trying not to run him over, but he was just a little bit slower in the middle of the corner. I think that's just an indication that he had a little bit more wear on his tires. So I was trying not to run him over, but yeah, I feel like I had a shot to win it. Like I think we had the pace to. It's just the way the cautions fell there in the last 40, 50 laps. It's just it's kind of those restart. It comes down to the restarts and who gets the runs because it's so hard to run the bottom here, particularly on a restart when somebody's pinching you down. So all in all, though, it was really fun. I hope Jackson had fun, and congrats to the winner.
Well, Tyler, we like to talk to the guys about their real life racing, and you're one of those guys. You did a little differently. You're on the dirt stuff, but that 01 that iRacing machine that you saw tonight, there is a dirt late model version of that you're going to be racing this season. Where can they find you if they want to go see you race live?
Yeah, so we got that car last year and ran it last season and picked up my real first ever real life win, which was really cool to me because I've won a lot of stuff here on iRacing, but never in real life. So that was really, really neat. We're gonna do it again this year, just in the area, the Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana region. We're sticking to just a handful of tracks around Columbus, Magnolia Motor Speedway, Why Not Motor Speedway, uh, Jackson Motor Speedway. A few guys may know where those tracks are. They're pretty high profile tracks. Some of them are. So yeah, we're gonna run that again. It's a 602 crate car. So it's a crate engine with a dirt late model. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot different than this asphalt stuff for sure.
I bet. Well, Tyler, before we let you go, is there anybody you want to thank that helps you out? Even with the real car, anybody you want to shout out tonight?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Obviously, iRacing.com. They do a lot of for all of us here. So them, Absolute Product Solutions. They're on my car as well, and exterior pressure washing. I'm gonna forget people now that I'm on the spot, but One Up Motorsports, and yeah, you guys for the league. It's been a pleasure to race with you guys.
All right, Tyler, thanks so much for taking the time to speak with us. Congratulations, top 3 run tonight. It's a stout field, and it's a heck of a job to do. Especially coming from the dirt stuff, you don't got a lot of asphalt racing much more, even on iRacing. So it's cool to see you make the leap back over here to asphalt stuff and have such a competitive run.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Hopefully, I get to talk to you again before the season's up.
Absolutely. Good night, Tyler, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, that is gonna do it tonight for our racing here. The Islander in 125 for the Elite Performance Industries Late Model Shootout Series. I mean, just absolutely fantastic racing. That was probably one of the best green flag runs we've had all year. The tire management came into effect. You saw comers and goers throughout the night, but it was Josh Cottle. He took that invert. He started out front. He did everything he needed to do to control that race. He controlled the restarts, and he goes home with a victory tonight. And that's going to be a shakeup in the points. Josh Cottle just outside, I believe, was 5th or 6th, going to have a chance to jump up towards the top with some of the points leaders not here. Alex McCollum having some issues. Jackson Lewis probably going to leave with the points lead once again. A fantastic run for him. Going to pick up that Adobe Mountain Speedway Hard Charger Award, it looks like. So fantastic racing all night long. We are not done yet. We still got 2 more nights of racing this week. Tomorrow night, another Islander in 125 for the County Road Custom Late Model Challenger Series. We got more entries coming into that one. I think we have over 80-something drivers signed up. We've been having 40-something drivers every single night for that series. You're not going to want to miss it. The action in that series has been heating up. Some names emerging as contenders in that series. Make sure you're with us tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, for the Islander in 125 for the County Road Custom Late Model Challenger Series, live on YouTube, live on Twitch, and of course live here on Facebook. See you tomorrow night.